It's happened in places like Louisiana and Arkansas and Kentucky. Literally hundreds of birds mysteriously found dead.
And folks in Yankton, South Dakota thought they were being added to the list after hundreds of dead birds were found there yesterday. Turns out this unpleasant feather discovery has a solid explanation. They were poisoned. News Channel 4's Forrest Saunders joins us now with more.
Someone thought the 200 starlings found dead in Yankton's Riverside Park had froze to death, but they were actually poisoned on purpose by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Many of these European starlings were laying on the ground or frozen in trees discovered by a passerby. Officials first thought the birds were late to migrate and froze to death during the recent cold spell. But around 1 this afternoon, that theory changed. Police say they received a phone call from the USDA official who said the birds had been poisoned.
They said that they had poisoned the birds about 10 miles south of Yankton, and they were surprised that they came to Yankton like they did and died in our park.
The USDA confirms the story, saying the deaths were part of a large killing at a private feedlot in Nebraska. They say a local farmer had been having troubles with about 5,000 starlings defecating in his feed meal. The Department of Ag officials say because of the health concern for the farmer's animals and staff, they decided to kill the birds. They used a bait laced with the poison DRC 1339. The USDA says the birds ate the bait, then flew back to Yankton and died. They say poisoning isn't a common practice, though.
We're doing it to address, in this case, very definitely agricultural damage as well as the potential for human health and safety issues.
USDA officials say they regret they had to kill the birds, but say there is no toxic concern for people or animals. And all officials estimate nearly 2,000 birds ate that poison. However, since the bait has been removed, they don't expect any more birds to die.
And Forrest, we were talking just a few minutes ago. This is something that the USDA says they only do in the winter times in this part of the country?
Yeah, they say they only do it in the wintertime in the northern states, and that's mostly because this is where the problems are. So that's why they do it.
All right. Thanks, Forrest Saunders, tonight.